back to Bodywise. Today we're going to be doing a short workout that really focuses on mobilizing the spine, releasing through the hips and the lower back especially, but you will need a soft ball, okay? It's really going to help with just nice relaxed movements. If those of you who've got a soft ball, this is a really lovely spine mobility workout. And we're going to start in the seated position today to do the spine twist, just placing the ball against your chest with the hands, with the fingers interlocked here, seated up nice and straight, keeping the knees level. Gently press the ball against the chest and have the feeling of pushing your chest into the ball. It's going to help you sit upright and it's going to help with the shoulder girdle stability. We're going to breathe out to turn. We're going to do just 3 little bounces here and breathe in to come center. So we're exhaling and inhale, making sure that as you turn, you don't lean backwards or tip sideways. We're just working through one plane of movement, just through rotation. Inhale, center, so out through your mouth, and inhale, center again. Let's do one more each side. And the last one. And release. And then you're going to place the ball over on one side and have it so that your elbow is slightly soft with just the fingertips on, because you need to be able to roll the ball. If you start with the hand on, you've already got nowhere to go. The hand's going to end up coming off the ball. So just the fingertips on the center, the other arm extended. We're going to roll away and you'll see that we'll slide this hand in and we'll bring it over. And then we're going to inhale and sit back up tall again. Make sure that this buttock cheek doesn't lift. Keep the hips still. So we're going to bend at the waist, rolling, and come over. If it feels too strenuous, if you feel like you're really working to come over to the side by bringing this arm up, then just keep this hand here and let it slide in. But just make sure the shoulder doesn't shoot up. All right, so reaching and release. And reach and release. One more, reach and release, and then do exactly the same thing on the other side, remembering that normally you tend to have more mobility, flexibility, all that range of motion can tend to be more on one side than the other. The goal is to equalize that. So if you feel a little bit stiffer on this side, focus on just seeing if you can go that little bit further and match the other side. 3 more. And 2. Last one. And release. Good job. All right, then we're coming up onto the knees, and from this position here, the knees are going to go to the back of my mat, so I have space to extend my arm. Knees underneath my hips, hand under the shoulder, and then the other hand, the fingertips on the center of the ball. My back is nice and long, and I'm going to do my Supermans, just rolling in and out. So I'm going to exhale to curl up, and inhale to kick. Exhale, inhale, reach. Exhale, and inhale. So a nice cat curl combined with that Superman movement. So exhale, inhale, reach. The neck is included, cervical spine as well. So look to your knee, look straight ahead. One more, and place. All right. Then do exactly the same thing on the other side. Okay. So we're exhaling to bring that knee in and cat curl. Inhale to reach. Come in. Inhale, reach, look up. 3 more, and 2, last one, and release. Good job. All right, so from here we're going down to lying down. This is a lovely one. We're going to lift the hips and place the ball underneath the pelvis, and not the lower back. It needs to sit right between the buttock cheeks, underneath your pelvis. Take your feet wider apart, but keep them on the mat. And open your arms so your chest is open, and melt your shoulders into the mat. Draw the chin in a little so you're not tipping back with your head. Keeping the knees still, don't let the legs rock. You're just going to flick one hip up and then the other hip up. So it's as if you're trying to shorten at your waist. Keep the weight down into the ball. Okay, don't try and lift. I want you to get your weight nice and heavy into that ball and swing the hips from side to side. Just follow a breath pattern that suits you, just nice and steady, nice and fluid. We do one more each side and stop in the middle. Feels good, right? Bring the legs back to parallel. Make sure that you've got the ball nicely placed. It's not too high up, that's going to make the back tip. We're looking for it to assist the tilt of the pelvis towards you. Hands beside you. Bring one leg up to 90 degrees and then the other one. A little bit of balance. If you find that you're struggling to balance, just open the arms a little bit more. As I tap down with one foot squeezing the buttock, I'm going to let my other knee come in towards me. As I swap over, I'm breathing in. So it's exhale, tapping in. Inhale to start to change over, and then exhale past the midpoint. So it's like this. So when I breathe out at this point now, I'm engaging my abdominals on my pelvic floor. I'm engaging the buttock muscle of the leg that's going down, so this one now, and the hip flexor to bring this leg in. 4 more. 4, bringing it right in. 3, 2, and 1, and both legs up. 90 degrees, knees directly over your hips and your feet roughly level with your knees. Alright, now we're going to make it slightly harder. Instead of tapping, as one leg comes in, the other leg's now going to extend, and again we're going to swap, reach, bring in and extend, tightening the abdominals. So now bringing a little bit more workload in, but still getting this nice movement through the hips, getting a stretch through here each time, but with some support and the pelvis nicely tilted. And then hug them in. Well done. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the feet down, lift the hips and take the ball out. And I'm going to place the ball, using my feet to maneuver it, underneath the arch of one foot in line with the sit bone. Make sure it's not out to the side or across to the midline, and nicely lined up with your sit bone. Open the arms, open the chest. Bring one leg up to 90 degrees, the opposite leg. Very slowly, 3 times. See how straight on the exhale you can get this leg, the foot towards the ceiling. Breathe in, bend. Now if you can't get it straight, don't worry, but I need you to keep your knee over your hip. What I don't want you to do is, I'm getting the leg straight, but it's over here. It needs to be up here, all right? So hold your next one, engage those abs, think about that lower back shifting into the mat. Keep this leg still by engaging the buttock, and you're going to circle this leg. Now, your core stability is really being challenged now because you've got the leg on a ball that can move. So you need to think about stabilizing here. 2 more circles with this leg. And then bend the knee. Alright, walk the ball across, line it up with the sit bone again, pop it under the arch of the foot, engage the abdominals 90 degrees with your other leg, slowly 3 times. See how straight you can get it. Breathe out and breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Breathe in. Hold this one, engage those abs, take a breath in, stabilize, out to the side, exhale, circle. Breathe in, breathe out, relaxing the shoulders and the neck. 3 more. And the last one. And release. All right, walk the ball with your feet. You can reach it with your hand and place the ball between your knees. So we're going to work the abdominals whilst mobilizing the spine. I'm going to work the inner thighs at the same time, right, by squeezing the ball. So tucking the chin and breathing out to roll up, and inhale to roll down. Now it's nice to use the ball with this one as well. Not only are you working the inner thighs by squeezing the ball, what it's doing is it's also keeping the postural alignment with your legs. Sometimes without anything in between the legs can flop out to the side, or one will turn out and not the other one. This way, as well as working the inner thighs, we're keeping the posture of the legs nicely placed. Exhale up, inhale down, pelvic floor, belt muscle rolling up, so you're mobilizing that spine. Squeezing. Last one. And down. Now we're going to keep the ball between the knees, bring the feet ever so slightly closer in. Reach the arms up to the ceiling with the palms facing the knees. And we're going to do the bridge, squeezing the ball. Okay, so we're going to squeeze the ball, squeeze the buttocks, rolling up, lowering the hands. That's exhaling up. Inhale, roll down, slowly releasing the pressure on the ball. So squeezing on the way up and releasing as you come down. Making sure on the way up you go through imprint, and on the way down you come back through imprint and return to neutral. Exhale and inhale. Working those inner thighs, squeezing that ball, and inhale down. So work at a breathing rate that works for you. If you find that you're going quicker than I am, just try and slow your breathing down. If you're going slower, no problem at all. Just make sure that you're not running out of breath. Two more. Last one. And release. Good job. All right. The next one's lovely. You're going to roll onto your side. Put your body in a nice straight line so the hip bones are stacked, and then in line with this hip, the ball goes in front of you, and it depends how far away, depends on the length of your femur, your thigh bone, because the knee needs to rest fully on the ball. Okay, make sure you don't have it too full in with the knee off. The knee needs to be on the ball, you'll see why. I'm going to rest my hand here, I'm going to lift the waist ever so slightly. This foot stays down and straight, this foot on the floor as well. And we're going to roll the hips forwards. It's as if you're trying to get this hip bone towards the floor. Exhale and inhale. So really opening out this area here. Start with a small range of motion and then gradually see if you can go a little bit further. Listen to your body, see what feels comfortable. Hold this one and just do little bounces here for 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. You need to bend the knees up in front of you. Make sure your knees are on the mat and place the ball between the knees. So what I'm going to do is when I push down with this leg into the ball, working this inner thigh, at the same time I'm going to pull up my waist and try and create space here. When I breathe in, I'm going to relax the waist and relax the pressure on the ball. So it's exhale, push and lift. Inhale, release. Exhale, push and lift. And release. Last one, and release. All right, for the next one, you will need a cushion or a pillow underneath your head, and you need to place it. It's going to move my mat slightly further forwards. You're going to need to place it so that you have space behind you to roll onto the pillow. All right, make sure it's not all in front of you. It needs to be predominantly behind you. The ball between the knees, and the cushion needs to be high enough where you feel your neck is comfortable. One hand on top of the other. Lift the waist. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in, reach up. Now exhale. You're not working from the shoulder. You're working from your waist, your torso. I want you to imagine rolling your head back and your shoulder blades back. Breathe in, stay there. And then exhale, come all the way back over. All right, try not to let the knees lift. Breathe in, reach up and look up. Look at your hand. Now exhale, without moving from the shoulder, move from your waist as if you're trying to roll your shoulder blade and your spine back towards the mat. Breathe in and exhale. Return twice more. Inhale up. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, over you come. And last one, inhale up. Breathe out, back you go. Inhale, hold. And exhale, return. Good. All right, so we're going to repeat all of that on the other side. So I'm going to spin around. And we're going to start with that lovely one with the ball underneath that top knee. Make myself comfortable with my head. And then exhale, roll forwards, inhale, come back, roll and release. Think about how this side feels compared to the first side. If you feel it's a lot easier, or it feels a little bit more rigid and not moving so well, at what point you feel any discomfort, or it just feels really nice and just the same as the other side. 3 more. 2. Hold your next one forwards and do those little bounces. 9, 8, 7. And return to the center. So you're going to bend the knees up, put the ball between the knees, hand goes on the leg. When you push down into the ball with the top leg, we're doing this waist lift again. So push down and lift, and inhale, release. So just creating a little bit more gap underneath this waist every time, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Breathe out, and in, and out, and in. You have 4 more. Last one. And then keeping the ball between the knees, finding your cushion, hand on hand, and we're going to go again. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale, back you go. Inhale, hold, and exhale, return. Inhale up, and exhale. Inhale, hold, and return. Breathe in, and out. Inhale, hold, and return. 2 more. And release. Good job. All right, so the next exercise we're going to do is lying on your front on the ball. So I'm just going to tie my hair up so it doesn't get in the way. And you're going to place the ball underneath your pubic bone. So what's important here is that for comfort, the stopper points down into the mat. Make sure it's not digging into your pubic bone. And you're going to come onto the ball in this position here. All right, so it feels nicely positioned underneath your hips. I have my elbows at the moment underneath my shoulders. I suggest you pop the elbows ever so slightly further forwards, because what will happen is if you find that you can't lift the legs easily, you might need to roll forwards just a little bit more. Now, no sinking into those shoulders. Push down into the elbows, slide those shoulders back away from the ears. When I breathe out, you're going to pull up one thigh so the knee pulls up. Then I'm going to squeeze the buttock and lift the leg. Then I'm going to inhale, tap with the toes, release the knee. All right? So exhale, thigh, buttock, toes, knee. Breathe out, out, in, and in. Out, out, in, and in. So we're working on getting some buttock strength in here, some glute strength here. Okay, the buttocks are heavily involved with any back extension work, and we tend to forget it's one of the biggest muscles in your body, and we don't use it properly. We complain about our backs, and we use our backs far more in a way we shouldn't, when we could be assisting it with muscles that are designed to assist it. All right, so we're looking at buttock, lift, thigh, buttock. One more. And release. Excellent. Good job. Walk the elbows back in. Move the ball forwards. Last exercise. Come down onto your front. Now, the legs are going open into the swan position, rotated outwards. You can see at the moment I have my elbows on the floor where it feels comfortable. I'm not up here with my shoulders. Slide them away from the ears and rest the hands like this on the ball, one and then the other on top of the ball. When you breathe in, pull up your thighs, squeeze your buttocks, start to lift your head. And when you lift your head, slide your shoulders down away from your ears. And if you come up high enough, the ball will roll in a little bit. When you breathe out without putting the elbows down, go back down and then let the elbows and the legs relax. So breathe in, thighs, bottom. Start to lift the head and chest. The elbows come up. The shoulders slide backwards away from the ears. You lift as high as you're comfortable with, and then breathe out to go back down and rest with the elbows and the knees. We're going to do just 4 more. Inhale, thighs, bottom, placing those shoulders as you come up on the inhale. Exhale, go down, relax. Inhale, engage and lift. And exhale down. How high you come up is totally up to you, but as I was explaining earlier, use those buttocks, squeeze those buttocks. If you're feeling it in your lower back a lot, you're not using your bum enough. Again, this is the last one. And relax. Excellent work. Good job. All right, so after any back work, we come into the shelf stretch here. Rest your head on the ball with the elbows on the floor here. And just gently do some head nods. So you've just released your cervical spine. Side to side, just looking from side to side. So the ball rolls from one side of the forehead to the other with the head supported. And release. Well done. And then up to seated. Good job. So I hope you enjoyed the spine mobility with the softball today. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.